Hello everyone! Today I have a review of the Unbound by Victoria Schwab. The Unbound is sort of a sequel of sorts to the Archives, which I have read and reviewed and I will link down below. This book picks up about 3 weeks after the events of the Archives, and Mac is still really obviously haunted kind of by the events of the first book, but she's also getting ready for her first day of school at the preppy Hyde school. And there have also been a lot of these strange disappearances kind of going around town, and the only thing in common between all of the different disappearances is that Mac was the last person to see them alive before they disappeared. But yeah, so the Unbound was definitely really great. I enjoyed it a lot. I read it in like 2 days. One of the things that I liked about it is that Mac is still a great character like she was in the first book, and I think Victoria Schwab does a really good job of sort of exploring Mac's feelings about the first book, as well as kind of just the general high school kind of stuff that you have to deal with as a teenager. I think she writes teens really well, and I liked that a lot about it. And I also really liked that this was a sequel. I want to say loosely. They're definitely related books, and you do need to read the first one before you read this one, but it felt really nice to have a book where it felt like the first book actually mattered. It wasn't just like a setup, which I feel like I read a lot in kind of series or, you know, trilogies and stuff. Is the first book is like all set up, the second book is just action, 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 and then there's like a third book, where this is definitely feels separate but related, and I guess I liked that about it. Wes is still wonderful. God, Wes and Guyliner, and just is a great dude character, and just a lot of the stuff that happens in this book with Mac and Wes is great, and I was happy about that. And if you read the book, you'll know what I'm talking about. And generally, I really thought the pacing was good, and just the general plot was fun and interesting. I liked that we got to kind of see Mac in a more of a normal setting, because the first book is set during the summertime, so the whole thing is sort of focused on the Archive and what the Archive does, where this one is definitely, you get more of like Mac being a person, and Mac like going to school, and Mac doing stuff, and I thought that was interesting, and interesting to see more of her struggle with having to lie to her family and her friends about the Archive, which you can't, you know, in the first book you don't see that as much. And also, dude, that twist. What? That plot twist was great. You didn't expect it, and it just happens, and you're like, oh my god, why did that happen? Why was it this? I thought we were, that twist really is the summary there. I definitely think one of the things that was intense for me about this book, and part of the reason why I read it in like 2 days, is Mac has to go through some really intense emotional stuff in this book, and I definitely think it's written really well, and I definitely think it's good, but it just really stressed me out a lot, which made the reading experience slightly less fun for me, but I definitely think that's good, because it means I care about the characters and want to see like what happens to them, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword there. It's like really good, but also sort of intense. And then also, I really think that just overall, I liked the Unbound more than the Archive. The Archive felt kind of set-up-y, which isn't a dig at the Archive, because it's sort of what you have to do in a first book, but I liked that, the thing I really liked about the Unbound is that you got to spend less time on explaining the world and just playing in it, and I like that she plays in it, and I want there to be a third book, so you should really go buy this, and the first book, and tell your friends to buy it, and tell everyone to buy it, and because they're really good. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I think I gave the Archive also a 4 out of 5 stars, so you should get them so we can get a third book and see what happens, because the way that this book ends, without a third book being on the horizon, is really unfortunate. So let's make a third book happen. Yes. Anyway, that's my review for today. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you're doing great, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!